Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another Sam and Max review. It's been a while since I made one of these, but they're basically the channel staple at this point, so I'm going to keep on making them. Today we are talking about the Glazed McGuffin episode of Sam and Max, where Sam and Max's favorite junk food, the Glazed McGuffin, is banned, and so they go on a quest to convince the guy who banned it to unban it by forcing him to eat a glazed McGuffin. And that's basically the episode, and I'm just going to be really upfront with you guys. This was a really solid episode in my opinion. Like, it just went by really quickly for me, and there are a lot of jokes which I just really enjoyed. I really love the opening number where it's like, it's not the best musical number, but at the same time, they bring a lot of enthusiasm to it. The glazed McGuffins as a food item are also interesting and bizarre because the way they look, you'd expect them to be like more of a sugary item, but they're made with like turkey and stuff, and it's like really weird and kind of gross but interesting. And so it adds to the absurdity of the situation. This one, often, I always say this with episodes, but the writers don't always do a good job at balancing out the and having enough plot for an episode while also being able to carry out the jokes. And with this, I felt the whole thing was very well paced. They kept the beats moving. Nothing really dragged for me. And while I don't know if it has the greatest top tier jokes of all time, they do sprinkle in a few solid ones, you know, ones which do a good job at hitting well. For instance, the one where, like, Sam slaps Max and Max is like, "Do it again, Sam, I like it." That's definitely one for the compilations. But yeah, they definitely kept moving well. They like start with the musical number, then they move on to the discovery, and when it comes to convincing the guy of, you know, trying the glazed McGuffins, they don't drag it on for too long. They know to keep it moving with a few incidents, but it doesn't go on too long to a point where it gets overly repetitive. And in each of those instances, they do a good job of keeping the segments short and not like torturing us for too long, I guess. But yeah, so the whole thing sort of ends with the guy trying a glazed McGuffin, and, you know, he likes them and stuff. Overall, I'd say this is a pretty solid episode of Sam and Max. Definitely one of the better ones. I remember enjoying this episode on my first time through, but I'm surprised at how much I enjoyed it. Not because I'm like, oh yeah, peak Sam and Max content, but more so it was just a very easy, pleasant, smooth watch. You know what I mean? It moved along well. The jokes were good. I enjoyed it. Again, probably not peak Sam and Max content, but in terms of like sitting through an episode and it going by quickly, this episode really went by quickly for me. And overall, I just felt like it was a very easy watch, which is definitely a great compliment you can give a piece of entertainment. You don't want to be sitting there bored, as I have been with some other Sam and Max episodes, but this is definitely one of the higher ones in my echelon. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about it. Overall, enjoyable episode, definitely one of the ones to check out. I also enjoyed that it was sort of a different type of episode, like they weren't being sent on a mission or anything. This was more of a personal thing. But anyway, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts, then leave them down in the comments section below. I'd love to know what you thought of this episode. Feel free to like or dislike, and I would appreciate a subscription if you enjoyed this content and want to stay up to date with more reviews in the future. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.